Herkese selamlar. Ben Özgür Can Öney. Radyo Eksen'in YouTube kanalı için yaptığımız röportajlar dizisine White Buffalo ile devam ediyoruz. Welcome.
Thank you.
I think this is your third time here.
Third time to Istanbul. Yeah.
I know that, watch that you're really excited about the audience here. And thanks for that. It was a really beautiful interview that I watched. And I accept that. I have three questions. The first one is, what was the breaking point that you truly understand that you just want to do music and nothing else, or going to?
That was fairly early on. I was living in San Francisco at the time. I was probably 26 maybe, and
now you are 30, like 10 years ago or something.
30?
Yeah.
Shit, no, I'm 50. I'm 50 now. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was a while back. So it was the time when I really had nothing going on in San Francisco, and so I moved. I got a song in a short, or in a surf film, and nothing was really going on for me there in San Francisco as far as playing, and so I went down to play this opening of the movie, and all these people were singing along, but I didn't have any albums out or any music out. I only had sent these cassette tapes around back then.
Yeah.
So I put it in, it somehow spread around, so people were singing along to those songs.
No Spotify, no YouTube, nothing.
No, nothing.
Just demo cassettes.
Just cassette tapes, like the.
I'm 44, so I'm also.
You're aware of cassette tapes, right?
Yeah.
And those happened to get around somehow, and so I was like, "Wow, something's happening down here." So I moved down, quit my job, which was just waiting tables, wasn't a big thing, but.
You moved LA
moved to
San Francisco.
to Orange County, actually, from San Francisco, and then I haven't really worked since then. And then that was when I just stopped doing. I mean, I slept on couches and shit for a couple years and stuff, but that was the turning point where I was like, okay, nothing's happening here. Let me go all in and move.
Great start of something, and also struggling, given a chance or trying. That's the, I think, main point of how to go on that way. Actually,
I mean, I think struggle is part of the.
Yeah. Without struggle, nothing happens. Actually.
Yeah, and it's been it hasn't been like, I just ramped up right then. It's been many peaks and valleys, but it's kind of always kind of kept creeping up, slowly but surely.
Great. And in this century, I think once in a human's history, we just lived this pandemic times.
Yeah.
In the middle of every technological new technologies, everything, this disease, flu came, and we stuck in our houses, blah blah, everything is changed. Those pandemic times, how did you spend your time? How was your psychology?
I had a pretty, not saying I had a fun pandemic, but it wasn't as bad as others. I would hang around and drink and ride my bike around the neighborhood. We were fairly, it was a little more open where we lived.
In LA?
Yeah. So you didn't have to really, you were supposed to kind of quarantine, but you could go out if you were close or with family or a couple friends or something. It was kind of okay. But it affected me in a way that it kind of messed with my work ethic for a while, because I was just doing nothing and I was just idle. But it was almost the fact, normally I would go kind of crazy if that was the thing, but in that it was mandatory almost to be idle. And during that time, but I was fairly productive. I mean, I tried to do videos, I tried to do stuff that there was content, there was like stuff where we were trying to connect with people in different ways that I never had. So it opened me up to certain things, but then kind of getting back to real life was a bit of a challenge, I would say.
So I think I'm going to mix two questions. I really want to learn about your inspirations, the other artists, and also your music is so pure, guitar and emotions and kind of folkish, country / rock. It's a so pure music, and when you think about this content creating influencers age, do you feel like, I don't know, kind of do you feel like struggling? Do you do the things that you don't want to do?
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's
selfies every time.
Yeah, I mean it's annoying. I mean it is what it is now. So it's not. It's
Yeah,
kind of part of the.
50 years ago, nothing.
No.
There was nothing like
No,
this.
for sure. Yeah, but I mean as times change and it's evolving and changing so rapidly that it's hard. You learn one thing and then a new thing is there, and you have to relearn something else to do.
Yeah.
But as far as keeping on top of the Instagram, keeping on top of the social media, all the content, all the stuff that musicians now are expected to do is, I mean, kind of annoying to me, frankly, and it's frustrating. But I understand it's part of the game, and I'm not great at it, but I'm not the worst at it at the same time.
Yeah, because you're also really big part of the popular culture because Sons of Anarchy was a huge series of and lots of fans all over the world, and your music is on that series, and with every shorts you have music on it, and so you became the part of that popular culture. But it's also an old story, a new version, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's something with the social media stuff.
Wild West in 90s or 20s.
Yeah, I mean that was lucky. I mean that was I'm very grateful for the Sons of Anarchy and all the TV licenses and movie licenses and stuff that I've gotten. It's really helped my career and let me come to places like Turkey. And people at least were introduced to my music, and then hopefully went deeper into the catalog. But yeah, it's been I'm very blessed and grateful for that to happen.
Well, what was your inspirations, the artists that you admire?
I don't tend to really get inspired by other artists. I mean, I appreciate and honor them, and I have people that are like people that I look up to, like Bob Dylan or Leonard Cohen, or people that have had really long, lengthy careers, Bruce Springsteen. But I appreciate songwriting in almost all facets of music, so I don't really. But yeah, I mean, the people that can sustain a creative, artistic life throughout their lifetime, Johnny Cash, people that have done it for centuries and centuries. It's like it's pretty decades. I mean, not centuries, Jesus. But yeah, those are some of the people that I at least look up to and use as kind of a model of how to approach it, But I keep things. I do what I do,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fairly primitive style. It's very raw. I try to be as authentic as I can be, and not really try to bend or change with any pressures or trends or anything. I just do what I do, and hopefully I can hit people in the heart and hit people in the head, and that affects them to want to continue listening to me.
Great. And we lost Chris Christopherson.
We did, yeah.
Sadly. And when you mentioned Johnny Cash, I remember that you hear that urban legend that, no, it's not urban legend. He goes, when he was in army.
Oh, with the helicopter?
The helicopter.
Yeah.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Chris Christopherson's, he's the Renaissance man.
Yeah. Do you have any stories like that? Flying to Johnny Cash with the helicopter?
Me?
No, of course. Maybe.
I don't have that. I don't have my helicopter's license or access to Johnny Cash or anybody.
That kind of insanity. Do you have that?
No, I don't. I've always been kind of an island, and I just have done my own thing, and I'm not really attached to that many other artists. I'm attached to some of the shows that I've been in just because inadvertently you are, but no, I never chase anybody. I don't do that. That's not my style.
Yeah, because of the Halloween, you released single, I think yesterday?
Yeah. So we recorded our first live album ever after 20 plus years of playing and recording, over like 100 songs. But we recorded, we put out a vinyl that was like 16 songs, then we put out a digital version of it, streaming version, which was like 19, a deluxe version. And then now all the remaining tracks that we got from those recordings and those audio captures of those evenings, we're putting them out as singles. So then every Friday for the remainder of the year.
Great.
So, yeah.
So I was going to ask, what are the upcoming plans for your career?
Yeah, I mean, I'll continue writing and we'll record at some point. I'm not sure if it'll be 2025, but I would imagine by 2026 we'd have a new album for sure. But yeah,
Great.
working
Thanks
on
for
it.
the interview. Any words for the Turkish audience?
Yeah, love you guys. You guys are very passionate people, and I appreciate you. Keep coming out. Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Arkadaşlar White Buffalo ile röportajımız böyleydi. Başka röportajlarda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My
It was
pleasure.
great meeting you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.